Good morning, YouTube. We're back at it again. Welcome to another episode of BGotFit. We're running another 8 miles today, run/walk, of course. Go ahead and look at this hill that we're climbing up, side of the freeway. As we do this, I was thinking about stress eating today. Stress eating by far is one of the top 3 reasons why most people stay overweight. Not controlling their emotions, not just with stress, but being sad or angry can cause overeating. I know for me specifically, whenever I feel like my life isn't in control, I start overeating because that is the only thing I can control is what I eat. So if this is you, keep watching. I'm gonna teach you how to solve it. Okay, I wanna talk about day 5 real quick. My ankles are hurting. Right? I got wraps on and it's hurting boys and girls a lot. And I guess it's just what real hard work feels like. It's not supposed to feel great. I'm pretty sure my mental has gotten stronger. I've lost a few pounds. My wind has gotten up. I don't feel as tired. It's starting to become a little bit normal, but I still kind of dread it. Like not as bad as yesterday, but still enough to where I'm like, bro, how am I gonna do this for 70 more days? And my mind is starting to try to figure out ways to escape it. Our mind is very good at finding out a smart way to justify why you shouldn't do something. Like I can be like, well, if your ankle's swollen, it will actually put you out for 2 weeks instead of just a day. So maybe you should take today off. You get me? Because our minds will trick us. But David Goggins ran with 2 broken feet. So I'm going to run with 2 taped up ankles. Let's go. Okay, so let's start off with emotional eating. A lot of times, let's say if you're super emotional, you'll eat something and let that try to cope for your mood. If you're angry, you'll let that, I'm gonna just eat this, or I'm not gonna go off my diet because I deserve this. You're going off emotional eating. This is one trigger that causes overeating, especially because foods are high in sugar and salt, so it makes them highly addictive. So in order to get rid of this, we don't eat with emotion. We don't actually put a feeling towards our food. We just eat to replenish and nourish ourselves. And that's one tip right there. The next thing we're gonna go to is mindless eating. Mindless eating comes from, let's say if you're a truck driver and you're falling asleep. I fell victim to this when I was in construction, and I'm gonna go to construction jobs next. So let's say if you are mindlessly eating you got a Red Bull because you need to stay up. That's like 400 calories and like 40 grams of sugar. You have some M&Ms and some Poly Seeds, salt and sugar. And then you have no water because you ran out. You'll get some at your next stop. Well, guess what? Not only did you just consume around 1,200 calories, 40 grams of sugar and 40 grams of salt, but you have no water to wash it down. So you're probably gonna get a headache and you're still gonna be hungry after. And it's still gonna make you crash. So the energy that you were trying to get actually works against you. This is mindless eating. Another one, you're sitting down watching TV. Obviously, you're not going to be paying attention to each calorie. You're just eating because you're trying to enjoy with the show. How many of you actually sit your food down and wait for the show? I do this, and it's not good for you. If you actually eat in peace and eat it as just a station, I don't do this. I'm truthfully going to be honest. I will never tell you guys to do something that I don't do, but I will tell you the best thing that you're supposed to do. And the best thing that you're supposed to do is truthfully eat and focus on the food and actually slow down and care about the meal that you're eating. Kind of like having a mind and body connection with your working out, but with your food. Instead of mindlessly eating, you'd be like, damn, where did my food go? It was in episode 1 and you just missed it. And so that's number 2, stress eating, emotional eating, and mindless eating. The next one is restrictive eating. How many of you feel like because you want to lose weight, you have to give up your favorite foods? I had In-N-Out double yesterday, but I'm also running 8 miles today, and I ran it the day before, and I ran it the day before. So, of course, if I run 24 miles in 3 days, when most people run that in a month, I can eat an In-N-Out burger. So you don't have to give up all your favorite foods. I just heard Jesse James West literally yesterday say he eats Chick-fil-A like twice a week, and he looks great. And it's just because he understands that it's a calories in and calories out game, and it's not gonna kill you if you eat. Let's say if your calorie intake is 2,000 a day and it's 7 days in a week, that's 14,000 calories for the week. that you have to stay under if you're trying to lose weight? Well, if you eat one Chick-fil-A sandwich, even two Chick-fil-A sandwiches, you want it to pick out, that's like 1,000, 2,000 calories out of the 14,000 more you have left. How can you look at it like a battle for the week instead of just a battle for the day? Of course, if you win a day, you'll win the week. And if you win the week, you'll win the month. If you win the month, you win the year. If you win the year, you win your life. But it does start with winning the other. Like, if you can win 4 out of 7 days, that's progress. It's when you win 2 out of 7, that's negative. So the next one is convenience eating. That's why I'm gonna come back to construction. A lot of times when I was in construction, there isn't healthy foods that are convenient for you to eat. There's only like bad foods, fast foods. They're taking me, like, when I was in the hood too, it'll take me like probably 6 gas stations and 2 7-Elevens to find a protein shake. And it's honestly embarrassing. Like, because the liquor stores in the hood are full of liquor. They're prompted for bad things. They're not prompted for you to eat protein shakes. And no one in the hood is requesting protein shakes, except for some fitness guy. The last one that we all fall susceptible to is social eating. Like, if you go out to your friends, your family, and you haven't ate good in a while, or you haven't ate that specific thing, or you may not eat it again, especially if you don't have a lot of money, and you're like, I don't know when's the next time I'm gonna eat this. Well, you're gonna overeat. Like, when I go out, I used to always make sure I eat the food that's on the plate, because I used to feel like it's haram. Like, I don't want to waste the food. I don't want to waste it. That's a sin too. So I guess I can overeat, well, even though that's a sin too. So I start getting confused. So it's like, my uncle, he wouldn't let me take the food with me. And he was like, dude, stop acting like you're not going to see it again. And in my mind, I was in a lack standpoint, and I was like, I don't know when the next time I was going to eat this. And he was in an abundance standpoint. It's like, if you're full, why are you still eating? Just get it again next time. And that's the difference between kind of the rich and poor, lack and abundance mindset. And it goes with everything in your food and your life. So now let me tell you how to solve these things and how to get rid of them. Okay, so this is how we solve it. We got to identify our trigger foods and our trigger moods. A long time ago, I was watching this video by Charlie Morgan. He's an 8-figure entrepreneur. If you guys don't know, I'm a high-level entrepreneur in my mind. Not yet, but I own a business called Health is Wealth Academy. It just trains entrepreneurs how to build their body and business. And that's why I was watching him, to give you context. Let me let this airplane go by. So Charlie Morgan said to write down all of the things that distract you when you're working. So let's say if I'm working and I get a text, and the text stops my work, I'll write down, okay, 7:04 a.m. I got a text, the text stopped me from working. Okay, cool. Keep going back to work. At 7:30 a.m. I get an email. The email then stops me from work again. It takes me away from work. And sometimes getting back refocused to work, when it takes you out of workflow, takes a long time. Because sometimes getting into that flow state takes a while. So getting back into it sometimes can take longer. And if you don't know what a flow state is, just imagine a deep state of work where you don't feel like you're working. That's what I define as a flow state as. And he said, if you keep doing this and you identify all the things that usually happen, you'll start to predict them before they happen. So for me, I did this for like a week and I tracked it. And okay, so boom, emails pop up. I silence my notifications for emails. Now they never pop up. I got to check them manually. Okay, Instagram keeps telling me one of my friends posted a story and I don't care about that. Okay, I go mute Instagram story. Just like that, that one's done. You just keep going through the list and you stack the things that are stopping you over and over and over and over. And eventually you won't have any more like notifications blocking you or stopping you from work. Or on the flip side, for health, let's say if you found a trigger food and a trigger mood. The trigger food is every time you see chocolate at your house, you binge eat. It starts a spiral, meaning it's not on day 1 you see the chocolate, but on day 4 after walking by it, you're like, all right, forget this. I'm going to eat this chocolate cookies. Don't let it be there on day 4. Get rid of it. Don't let it be there on day 3 even. And the second thing is, what happens after you eat the chocolate? Okay, so you know every time you eat chocolate, after holding out for 4 days, okay, that causes you to eat more chocolate because you crave it later. Okay, so now you know once you eat it once, you're going to eat it multiple times. So you start by defining that. Okay, if I see the food, if I see some cookies on the counter, get rid of them as fast as possible, because I know that if I see the cookies, then I'm just going to eat them. Like smart people and rich people, they're not actually that much smarter than you. They just find ways not to mess up like you. So let me give you an example. I am so lazy. I hate running sometimes. I hate it, but I'm disciplined. So I'm running these 8 miles, walking these 8 miles, working out, working on my business, doing it for my health. Cool. And I do it first thing in the morning, because if I know if it gets to 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, oh yeah, these miles ain't getting ran, because I have no energy. My brain points are gone. I don't have the energy to do something I don't feel like at the end of the day. But I can do something I do feel like doing, such as working. So now I work on my body first, then my business. And that works for me. So optimize for you. Like, how do you lose weight without giving up the foods that you love? First off, you do it in moderation. If you eat In-N-Out yesterday, you cannot have it today too. It's impossible. You can do both, bro. You cannot do both. I don't care if you worked out both days. You gotta just use common sense. Okay, I had a burger yesterday. I probably shouldn't eat one today. I'm gonna eat a salad today, and a kale salad at that. And I'm also gonna eat some carrots, and I'm gonna eat some fruit. Okay, cool. So if at dinner you mess up and you eat some chicken and 2 servings of rice, well, at least it made up for it, because during the day you didn't cheat. You wanna leave room for yourself to cheat. That's how you eat your favorite foods. So right now, I'm starting off my day, instead of eating Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal like I really wanted to, and just watch TV. And those of you who got puffs and wax pens, I know how it feels to hit a wax pen and eat a bowl of cereal. It feels good, but that's not who I want to be anymore. So this version of me, who doesn't do none of that, I grab a cup of coffee, I set it in the refrigerator, so when I get back, I can drink that while I work. In the meantime, I go on my 8-mile run / walk, get the minus 500 to minus 1,000 calories in. So now I'm going back to my house before I eat in a deficit. So even if I did eat those minus 400 calorie cup of cereal, guess what? It's actually 200 calories for a cup of cereal, but 240 calories to be exact, but for my specific cereal. And once I eat that, guess what? I'm still minus 800 for the day. I haven't even ate nothing for the days technically, because I'm in my calorie deficit still. And of course I ate, but you get my point. Like, it doesn't count on my calories yet. And that's the point. Like, I like going in deficit first, and I'm in a fasted state working out, but my body does stop losing weight later because I'm in a fasted state losing weight now. It's just the way our body works. So these are the ways that you're going to get rid of it. And if you don't like these methods, I have more for you. Join my free community and you'll discover a lot more than this. Remember, health is wealth.